talking about life's wild ways, people's passions on display. Every night a new craze, chasing that chopper chewy dream. Mystical world it may seem, always fun on every stream. Living life like a theme, race styles bring in the vibe. Interviews got style and pride, searching through the web so wide. Shop a chewy by his side, tune and listen to the tales. Life's journeys never fail, every story set to sail. In the quest we prevail, late night vibes, we cruise so high. Mystical quest, under the sky, passion shared, can't deny. Living loud till the sun's high, race styles bring in the vibe. Interviews got style and pride, searching through the web so wide. Shop a chewy by his side. Late night vibes, we cruise so high. Mystical quest under the sky, passion shared, can't deny. Living loud till the sun's high, race styles bring in the vibe. Interviews got style and pride, searching through the web so wide. Shop a chewy by his side.
is up, YouTube, and welcome to the Raceways Radio Show. We have another amazing show for you today. Holy moly, tonight, it's the night. The Raceways Radio Show, as always, on YouTube. Holy moly. First of all, before I get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Dee. Dee has an amazing podcast called the 110 Podcast, where she interviews one band in 10 minutes. That's right, the 110 Podcast, one band, 10 minutes. It's for you guys that are so busy like me, you ain't got time to listen to a long show like Race Flames. You want to listen to that short show, that 7-minute spot, that 10-minute spot, right there, the 110 Podcast on Spotify. Make sure you follow Dee on Spotify. She's amazing. But here's the thing. A lot of times Dee gets these amazing artists on the show, and these guys have longer stories than just 10 minutes. They have a whole history. They have a passion for what they do. And this show's all about passion, whether you're an artist, whether you're a painter, whether you're a musician. We like to find out what your passion is and then find out why it is you do what you do. So thank you guys for so much for watching right now the Raceways Radio Show. This is going to be amazing as well. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday, man. I was on 3 a.m. this morning, crazy, doing the show for the fest for raising money for pancreatic cancer on Twitch. So I'm just like whoa, like crazy. I had a little nap and just crazy long day. And then the day before we had Chris Kills on the show, which he killed it. It was awesome. And today we have another amazing artist on the show, an amazing musician, mostly acoustic stuff. I see him playing acoustics and a killer voice. So please, I'm super excited to hear this guest and hear his story and his passion for his craft. Please help me welcome Mr. Gericho to the show.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
What's up, Gericho? You are a musician, you're a songster, a songwriter, I would say, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, amazing. I've seen you. It's Gericho, your real name James, Gericho, aka Gericho, real name James Castillo, is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic, amazing. Let's give the audience a little taste, a little feel for what you sound like. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool, let's try to find Unofficial Boyfriend. Unofficial Boyfriend on the Raceways Radio Show. This is Gericho.
On my cell phone screen. So here we go again, trying to play it cool. You ain't gotta pretend that you don't want me to. So tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. Tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. 'Cause I'll be coming through, making love to you. Give commitment that is sure and true. So tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. 'Cause you're done with him.
Unofficial Boyfriend on the Raceways Radio Show.
Services to you. Give you back rubs all night, caress the island of your yin yang tattoo. So baby, what you think? Do you got another kink? If we're moving too fast, why don't we slow down and have a few drinks? So here we go again, trying to play it cool. You ain't gotta pretend that you don't want me to. So tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. So tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. 'Cause I'll be coming through, making love to you. Give commitment that is sure and true. So tell your unofficial boyfriend that you're done with him. 'Cause you're done with him.
Crazy. There it is. Unofficial Boyfriend by Gericho. The amazing song by Gericho. Man, you are the next freaking Justin Bieber, my friend.
I'm actually older than Justin by 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
You're the modern Justin Bieber, my friend.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. You have an amazing voice. It sounds amazing. You're Are you mostly you play at a lot of different bars and stuff like that?
I do right now. I play a lot of like bars and coffee houses, open mics. When we get hired by bars, we are mostly contracted to play covers.
Oh, okay.
Which is soul numbing because like you want to do your own songs, but
Sure.
They want 2 or 3 hours worth of covers, but since the covers that we play kind of fits in with the type of music that I produce anyway, so we kind of like sneak in Unofficial Boyfriend or other songs somewhere in the set list. So my ultimate goal is to play like a 50-50 show where it's covers
Nice.
and originals, and they wouldn't know like the difference.
Yeah,
So,
hell yeah, love it. Yeah, you got to play those top 40s. I remember playing in the bars and stuff like that, and you have like because it's like they're Friday night and they're just got off of work, they're drinking, they want to hear like Creedence Clearwater Revival and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to do your due, but then you try to sneak in those originals.
Yeah.
Love it, crazy. How long you been doing this for? How long you been playing guitar for?
So I've been playing guitar since I was 13.
13 years old, holy moly.
But I've been playing out and about since I graduated college in 2015.
2015 you started doing this?
Yeah.
So at 13 that's basically before high school, right?
Yeah.
So you're
7th grade.
7th grade, yeah. So what got you into music? Did you see other bands that you got interested in at that time?
So music was my parents' way of kind of keeping me out of trouble. So if they were to push me towards a hobby, other parents have their kids do sports. For some reason, like my parents says, let's have him sing a bunch of karaoke songs, while he's growing up, and then maybe he's gonna have an interest in music, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, karaoke. Are Mexican? Where are you guys from?
I'm Filipino.
Filipino? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, James Castillo said he's either Mexican or Filipino.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Crazy. So they're like, let's get him to sing karaoke, keep him out of trouble. That way he's not messing around out on the streets and stuff like that. So you started to sing the karaoke at like parties, family parties, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Karaoke is a big part of Filipino gatherings.
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody can sing, especially, if a 4-year-old kid can sing, like Bryan Adams or Sting or anything like that in the karaoke machine, then that becomes, like an attraction.
You said 4 years. Were you able to do that stuff for 4 years?
Yeah, I started singing like Bryan Adams stuff when I was 4. So.
Whoa, that's crazy, dude. So 4 years old, you were already singing.
Yeah, I can't read or anything, but I don't even know like if I'm singing or pronouncing like the lyrics right, but from what my folks and their friends are telling me, even if you don't get the words right, at least like you were singing the tune right.
Yeah, like your tone or whatever. Mm-hmm. Crazy, that's amazing, dude. So you were like a young ingenue, like just out of the box. You had no training whatsoever.
No, I've never taken any type of musical classes except for maybe intro to guitar, when I first picked up the instrument. But by the time I picked up the instrument, like YouTube was coming around too.
Oh, so you're gonna pick it up on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I learned like a few chords and a few scales from my teacher, and then once I wanted to learn like new songs, I just went on YouTube and said, okay, how do I play this, and watch tutorials.
Okay, cool. So you started figuring out covers.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. Like if you don't know, if you're just watching right now, if you're just joining us, we're at Gericho, Filipino musician from the area, lives in Cerritos. Did you always live in that area?
I actually spent most of my years growing up here in the U.S. in Bellflower.
Oh, Bellflower. Okay, cool. Awesome. Bellflower is amazing. I used to live in Bellflower for a lot of years. But yeah, the Filipino culture, karaoke, singing songs, it's not uncommon in the Filipino culture to number one see karaoke. I have a ton of Filipino friends as well, and if you don't see karaoke, I've been to parties where it's like a 10-piece band, like the whole family has a band and they're playing in the living room just like this, and that's the party. So it's crazy. So you grew up in that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned that, if a family like is well off enough, like they might hire a band to play their parties and everything, but it's not uncommon for an aunt or an uncle to go up in the band and say, hey, can you play this tune? And they're going to sing it with the band. It's not uncommon at all. And I think I've had one of those gigs where I didn't know that I was hired by a Filipino family for like a baptism or something. No, it was a wedding.
Oh, you didn't know you were hired?
No, I didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know you were hired? Your parents just took you to the show?
No. So this person that hired me was a white family, but their child was marrying a Filipino.
Oh, you didn't know you were okay. So you knew you were being hired for a party. You didn't know you were being hired for your people's party.
Yeah.
So you show up and all your people are there like, oh damn.
Yep.
That scares you because everybody knows how to sing in that crowd.
Yeah. So it was both the easiest gig I've ever done before, but it's also like I have to represent more because I'm representing the bride's half in some way, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah, dude, totally. It makes sense. Like you got to perform. I'd be terrified of your performing in front of your peers, but actually you actually had no problem because these are your people. Like you're like, oh, when you got, you're like, oh, this is this kind of party. You're probably like, dude, I got this. You're like, I know exactly what they like. I know how they like to party. I know how it's gonna flow. And then if people need to come in, I'm not gonna be like if I was playing, I would know like, what's this guy want? He wants to sing. Like people coming up to your stage and sing. You're like, cool, go. You're used to that.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Crazy, dude. So that was a good gig. And how old were you at that time?
I was 23 maybe 23.
23?
Yeah, so like 9 years ago.
23. How old are you now?
32.
32. Awesome. So about 10 years ago, you were doing gigs already at 23. 2015, you said? Mm-hmm. Crazy. So you start doing weddings and parties and stuff like that?
I started off at open mics.
Oh, mics.
Because just to kind of get my feet wet and get myself out there.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough that those open mic gigs were held at bars that the booking managers and whoever, like the head, like bartender or manager like that night says, hey, we like what you do over here. Do you have a band? And I was like, I could get a band. What were you thinking?
So you had friends like backing you up and stuff like that? Yeah,
I didn't, but I had to make connections quick because I was getting offered gigs like here and there out of open mics.
Yeah.
So and for my own purpose, I go to open mics to kind of get myself out there, sing my songs and get some repetitions in, right?
Sure.
And see how people receive the songs I write. But whoever the staff was at some of those venues like seemed to like what I do. That they're telling, hey, we want to book you here like on a Friday or a Saturday, do you have a band? And I was like, yes. But in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I could find people.
You gotta go find some people. Dang, that's crazy. What's up, Peyton Fox? Welcome in. We're with Gericho, Filipino artist, amazing rock star on the guitar, and knows how to sing. I can imagine they see this guy doing open mics, they hear your voice, and that's exactly what happens. He's got an amazing voice. They're like, dude, we want to have this guy play. He must have his own band. They don't realize that you don't. And so you have to start meeting friends, and then after a while, do you start putting a band together?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough that the first people that I saw in the music scene that I'm in right now is very connected with the gigging community.
Oh, okay.
That he pretty much pointed me to the right direction. It was like, oh yeah, go to this jam session over here like on this night, and then go to this one. If you don't find like any cool people over there, just text me, and then I'll send you more leads. So I was fortunate enough to meet like those style of people along the way. So when you started getting those gigs, you didn't have to use backing tracks or nothing. You actually were able to find people. For open mics, I did use backing tracks.
Oh, okay.
But then when I saw that most people are actually playing real instruments, I told myself, I want to fit in, so let me play acoustic guitar and play these songs that are produced in an acoustic manner.
Oh, okay.
So,
because at first you were just up there with the mic and letting the tracks do their thing, and then you start bringing in the guitar, and then now do you add band members or you just
now like I mainly play band gigs now with my band Gericho and the Guardians.
Gericho and the Guardians?
Yeah.
Nice. Heck yeah.
So, you know, we play like everywhere now in the South Bay. We've expanded a little bit into Orange County.
Cool.
I want to continue that expansion in 2025 and more into West LA. Because I feel like I'm getting stagnant like in my own like music scene right now. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're
Yeah.
trying to expand in OC and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Let's take a listen to another one from Gericho. Let's listen to Take My Hand from Gericho on the Raised Flames radio show.
I'm looking for the right things to say.
That's that full band sound. Nice.
I wanna be with you every day.
Starting this up.
'Cause in the darkness, you're the light they to see. And everything feels right when you're next to me. 'Cause every time I see the sun in your eyes, they're just so beautiful, beautiful, no lie. And every time you turn and smile at me, you're just so beautiful, wanna keep it all.
Are you doing the backing tracks too?
The backing tracks was actually produced by my lead guitarist.
Oh, crazy. Nice.
Won't you
But that was like released in 2023, dude. But it took a long time for that to get produced and get released.
Dang.
be your
It's mostly time and personnel issues, you know.
What was it?
It's mostly time and personnel issues.
Oh, right.
So we didn't have the people that fit the idea and the vision of the song.
So there's like a lot of pieces to put
Yes.
together, like the horns, everything.
Yeah.
Crazy. Guitars, backing vocals, layers of vocals probably. Who produced this?
My friend Marcos Pintor, he produced that.
Marcos Pintor.
Yeah.
Nice.
promise
Crazy.
I would never do you wrong. I've been in love with you for way too long. So what I'm saying is I'm here to stay. With your heart I would never play. 'Cause every time I see the sun in your eyes, you're just so beautiful, beautiful, no lie. And every time you turn and smile at me, you're just so beautiful, wanna keep it all for me. So won't you say, won't you take my hand? I wanna be your man. Forget about your past. My love is here to last.
Let's go. Hearts in the chat for this song by Gericho. Take My Hand is the name of the song. Available on Spotify right there. Let me put the Spotify
See the sun in your eyes.
URL right there for you guys, so you guys can listen to this.
Oh, please do. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that you hit that link right there. That's Gericho on Spotify. His band Gericho and the Guardians. is available there on Spotify. The song is called Take My Hand, and it feels like we're freaking coming off a plane, dropping into Hawaii for vacation right there on that song, baby. That's have you been to Hawaii before?
No, but that's definitely what we're going for, because actually the story behind that song is, as I mentioned earlier, like my music scene is in South Bay, and people.
For people, there's people that are listening from all over the country right now. There's people in New York right now listening. What's South Bay? What area is South Bay?
So South Bay, like, it's this little niche area in LA County. It's Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, and Torrance
Beach area.
San Pedro.
Hell yeah.
So all those like little cove right there, right?
Does it have the kind of? Does it end up having that area the same way like Sublime coming from Long Beach? Like, does it have that? Is there this kind of beach sound that comes out of those areas?
So it's very diverse,
Sure.
But I think because of the audience over there, they really like those type of reggae music, like Sublime, a 311, a bunch of like ska reggae type of California, sound like that.
Yeah, because that's how it is. Like when you're in Hawaii, but it's smaller, so everything's reggae. Everything on the streets is reggae. When you turn on the radio when you rent a car, it's reggae. But it's so hard here. Like you said, diverse was the perfect word, because there probably is this cool island sound that happens on the coast of California, but it gets bombarded by the cities that are so close, and then you get, which is not a bad thing, because then you get the hip hop influence,
right?
And then you get the mariachi influence and the Cuban influence from the salsa, like that we used to play. So you get this mix, and so continue. Well, so go there.
So like most of the people in the South Bay like reggae, not necessarily like Bob Marley reggae, but like more of like the Sublime reggae.
Right.
So, a friend of mine coined it white boy reggae.
White boy reggae. So, OC reggae.
Yeah.
But it was LBC, so it's crazy.
Yeah. So there's a band over there called the Lucky Ones the
Lucky Ones come on the show.
Yeah, so they bumped into, or the lead singer bumped into me and had an open mic, and I approached him and said, hey, like, I like your style, I like to write for you and your band.
Oh, damn.
Right. So and this is me like fresh off rookie in that music scene, not knowing anything. So just me kind of growing some cojones and be like, I'm gonna go talk to this dude because I think he's legit, right?
Yeah.
So.
But Tim, you're writing you're writing a bunch of material, like your own words, everything, go with the chord structures and everything.
I've been writing every day. I feel like since I was 10 years old.
Oh wow!
So it's my way of kind of like decompressing. Nice. My day. So I mean, I just write and write and write. I mean, if there's ever a thought or a feeling or an emotion that I feel like nobody can listen to, well, my pen and my notepad can.
There it is. So, that's your passion. That's the way you express yourself. That's amazing. Yeah. So continue. So you have all this material.
Yeah.
You want to get it out. You just have the cojones. You talk to this guy, and what does he say?
So the guy's name is Adam Lawson.
Adam Lawson.
Yeah. So I talked to him. I was like, hey, I'm interested like in writing for your band or with your band. I mean, I probably have the song already like in my notepad, somewhere, right? Would you be down to like listen to it? And he was like, yeah, here's my number. Follow me like on Instagram and everywhere. Here's my email. Yeah, I'm down. Just let me know. What you're thinking. So with that confidence in mind, I went home. Went on my drive, went on my my notebook, and I was like, not that song, not that song. Went on my computer, not that song, not that song, and I was like, maybe I don't have anything for this dude, right?
Oh, dang.
So I hit up my best friend who's been writing with me since high school, right? I'm not very good, like when it comes to theory and music technicality, like that's not me.
Sure.
To me, chords and lyrics and melodies, like that's my shit.
Nice,
right?
nice.
So, but pulled him in because he's the one who introduced me to 311, to Sublime.
Oh, crazy.
Like deep Marley stuff. So I was like, hey, I approached him and said, hey, so I have this reggae project, and I want to pitch it to a reggae band in Manhattan Beach, but I don't know where to start. you know. So he just said, well, just write it as you would write your own song, you know, write the melody, you know, write the lyrics as you would write your own song.
Yeah.
So I did, and then I brought it back to him, and then he was like, okay, now let's reggaify this thing.
Boop,
So
boop,
yeah,
boop.
so pretty much change the rhythm, change the strumming pattern and everything.
Nice.
And we cut a demo for Adam and the Lucky Ones, and he texted me back, like, James, I like the song. It's just that I thought we were gonna write it with you instead of you giving us a song.
Oh,
So I was
he
like-
wanted a collab.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it would be a collab.
And to me, I mean, it's a foreign idea, you know. I mean, I thought it was like, oh yeah, you know, here's a song, you know, it's yours, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, you know, like a collaboration, this and that. So I was like, okay, my fault. It's like, do you guys still want it? And they were like, no, like you can keep it, but let's do something together. I was like, oh, okay. So we ended up like keeping it. We've had it in our set list since 2016, and I've been wanting to produce it and release it out as a single or as part of an album or an EP since then.
What's the song called?
Take My Hand.
That's this one.
Yeah.
That's where this came from.
Mm-hmm.
So you wrote this for Adam, and he's like, he thought you were Kanye West, and then you were gonna have him bust rhymes on it on your stuff, and you're like, no, I wrote this song for you, but he wasn't able to use it. And he let you keep your own song,
Yeah.
and then now it's Take My Hand.
Yeah, it
Dude.
wasn't until after COVID I revamped Jericho and the Guardians because my old bandmates left the state or, you know, started having other priorities.
Sure.
You know, life happens. So
Yep.
I had to revamp my squad. So my lead guitarist Marcos, he used to play with me at church.
Nice.
And he jumped on, you know, Jericho and the Guardians, and then every time, you know, we would play this, like, dude, like, I really like the song. It's like, how come it's not out yet? I was like, I don't have time to produce it because, like, this is my vision and I don't have time. Like, in my busy schedule, you have a 9 to 5. You know, I'm trying to build like an open mic community. Like, I'm trying to promote myself. You know, I just don't have time.
Yeah, you're a promoter as well for other. You actually, we skipped over the story. Like you, after having all these gigs with different bars, they ended up trusting you with doing your own shows at those bars, right? You're
So-
kind of in charge of those.
So just one establishment right now, and that's Project Barley Enterprise.
What's it called?
Project Barley Enterprise.
Project Barley Enterprise?
Yeah.
Is that a brewery or something like that?
It's a brewery, so
That's cool.
They have like 3 branches: one in Lomita, one in Redondo Beach Pier, and then the other one is in Torrance.
You do shows at all?
We can get booked like in all of them.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's the type of partnership that we've had, or that I've had, you know, with the establishment.
Yeah.
That if I wanted a show like at the Redondo one or the Lomita one, I have a direct line and say,
Yeah,
hey,
like carte blanche. to
yeah,
do
you know,
your
what
thing.
availabilities, you know, do you guys have? I mean, let's match it with my calendar, and then let's bring Jericho and the Guardians there.
Nice.
So
Nice. So my point to that was like he's doing gigs at all these. You've got this partnership with like 5 different bars, same company but 5 different bars, and then you have a day job. What do you do during the day?
I'm a social worker.
Social worker, Jesus. So that you see a lot of crap doing that,
yeah.
right? So you're just super stressed. You have to decompress when you come home. This probably helps writing.
Oh yeah.
But then to produce and you must have had how this was going to sound in your head already, and you don't want to take shortcuts. You're like, I need to take my time
Yeah.
with this, get the right horns behind it, get the right vocal backing, get the right drummer, the right people in the, you know, it's a solid. The reason why it's just to let people know that aren't musicians, like the reason why things sound good to you is when it doesn't go like like
Right.
it doesn't mess with you. You're just like, that's not, yes, especially with reggae, like dang. You just want
Yeah.
it to flow like big that big get the big bong bong get it smoke that go, and you're cool, like you're chilling, right? You don't want, if it goes off, you're like, what? You know, it throws you off. So that's why you can tell that this sounds good because it doesn't bother you. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of the thing. Like that's a real. I know it's kind of weird to like people like, but musicians know. Like that's the thing. Like when it doesn't bother you, it's in flow, it's in key. Everybody's in the same. You already heard that before in your head, and so you just took your time with it. And when did you finally get to do it?
So I delegated this project to Marcos late last year in 2023.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
And he what he told me is like, okay, so we have this understanding that I'm very specific with what I want when it comes to production. I've never delegated out a production before. It's always been done like in-house, like in my room, like on Logic.
You have Logic here. Okay, cool. So you're doing your own productions mostly.
Yeah, so just me producing, because it's hard for me to explain what I want. But what Marcos, told me is like, okay, give me 5 tracks that you want me to model this tune after. And then I would listen to them and then tell me what specifically about those tracks you like.
Like when he says tracks, is you making the tracks or grabbing them from other musicians of that?
For example, I like the tune "Cheerleader" by Omi.
Okay.
So I added that to the playlist that I sent him. Was, hey, I like the horns and how they arranged the horns in this song.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool.
And then I was like, I like how they did the guitar riff from Santeria.
Crazy. So it's samples of examples of characteristics that you want this to sound like.
And on the drums, I mean, I like the cross stick on there's, I don't remember the Bob Marley song, Jammin'. Yeah.
So that's freaking reggae.
So to me, like those that's what I'm envisioning in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to explain that. So him having me make him a playlist of songs to draw from, and which parts of those songs, or which sounds in those songs I like.
He got it?
He got it.
Damn.
And this is, the product of that. And, I was like, as soon as he sent me the instrumental, I was like, okay, here's the instrumental, go track your vocals on it and do your ad libs, do your harmonies and whatnot. And then as
he was able to do what does this guy play? Everything? Like he played the guitar on it?
He plays a lot of instrument, but he's also a music major, so he has a lot of friends from school that plays all those instruments.
Oh, so he just he produces. He has the bass player come in, do the track, drummer come in, do the track, and has the whole thing, has the foundation, gives it to you, and then you lay your vocal over it.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
So,
that's awesome.
That's
production.
I wish I realized that delegating would make my life easier.
Oh yeah.
You
should have been doing this the whole way. That song sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That song sounds amazing.
I should have done it like a long time ago, because I was like, this is incredible. Like, I don't just have to carry it all in my head and have the stress like on my shoulders. Like, I want it to sound like this, and then if it doesn't sound like this, then I was like, I can't find the right sound.
He's got all the talent. If he's at school with all these musicians and they're all top talented, it's basically it's almost like having session musicians in your pocket, because that's what the pros use as session musicians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of them, they don't wait around for the band. If they don't have a band, they get the session musicians to play it. And so it's the way to go, especially when you have the vocal talent that you have. Like you don't have to wait for anybody.
Yeah, I always pride myself in being very fortunate. I feel like I've been blessed to have these talented and great musicians in my corner, and so accessible to me. And I always am very mindful, and I take this, and I say this proudly, like I'm very happy to be the weakest musician in the room, when it comes to these guys, because hey, some people, they know that they're not the guy in the room, but they're still the loudest guy in the room.
Oh yeah, they want to be the loudest guy because they know they have a weakness and they want to try to they want to get attention. They want that attention. There's people that, it's interesting. Like there's people that get attention that don't even want it. They're chill like you.
Right.
And then there's people that want attention and they're you tell like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
And it just feels weird.
And to me, like I find it very irritating, because like you're not being yourself.
Right.
Well, maybe you are, but it's not like your 100% authentic self.
Right.
To me, I embrace the fact that Marcos is better than me. My drummer is better than me. My bass player is better than me.
You want to surround yourself with the best. Like when I played a guitar, I wanted to hang out with a bunch of jazz musicians, like, because that jazz is the best. When I started playing percussion and congas, like I only played with jazz musicians. Like it was just, and I was not the greatest conga player in the room.
Right.
I knew the rhythms, I knew salsa, I knew conga, I knew all the rhythms, but I wasn't like Tito Puente or anything like that. But I wanted to be around it because I was a fan of the music. I loved the music. I just wanted to be around it. So I always, and what it does is it is like, so most people can play at this level, but if you're playing with people that are at this level,
Right.
then you're gonna fall over here in the middle somewhere, like, which is a place that
It's a sweet spot.
It's a sweet spot. Like, dude, I never thought I could be around the dude that's playing with Francisco Aguavea and all these.
It's a certain type of comfort, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, it's awesome. I'm good with it.
It's a certain type of comfort. Like, there's no pressure because you know that, like, you're the band leader, but if you fall short, like, they got you.
Yeah, I think Dave Matthews was like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Matthews, like, the people I play with are all, I was fans of all theirs. The violin player, the drummer, those are all.
Yeah.
I looked up to them, and now they're in my band. So you're smart because now you have the best guys playing with you.
Yeah, so it's like, again, I don't mind, like, because from my observation and my experience too, you know, the jerks, right, who say, oh, like, I'm too good to play with you, or, you know, I don't want to play with you, you know, because this and that.
They're so good or whatever.
Yeah, they're actually not all that. Because if you look at it, if you're really that good, like, you don't have to tell people you're good. Like, you don't have to act like you're such a badass because you know you're good. You know, you can just be yourself.
Yeah,
and your product will speak for itself.
Yeah, that's what my teacher taught me too. Not only that, but like you if you're a jerk like that, like, nobody wants to play with you. He's like, he would show me, like, he's like, look at that guy. See that? He's like, that guy's good, huh? And then he'd be like, and I'd be like, yeah, that guy's amazing. He's like, yeah, but he doesn't play with anybody. I'm like, why? He's like, because nobody likes him. Because his personality, he doesn't get along with people. And he's like, look at that guy. And then that guy's pretty good too. He's like, that guy plays with everybody. And I'm like, why? Because he's cool with everybody. He's just chill. He's like,
right.
You want to be around him. He's just mellow. He's humble. He helps the band. Chris Kills, like I said, was on Friday night, and he was saying the same thing about his band. This was his interview, and he spent the whole night talking about his bass player, talking about his other singer, and his organ. And it's the same way for you, just having respect for the other musicians in the room.
Yeah, because my bass player right now, he is actually my mentor. You know, he's the same dude, you know, tells me, hey, you know, I mean, if you don't, he's the one telling me where to go as I was starting out in the South Bay. You know, he's the guy telling me, like, hit up that open mic, that jam state.
The bass player is that guy? Oh, crazy. Okay, so that connects the dots.
So I have that chemistry, you know, with him too, because, like, he's been my guy since I started.
Yeah, he's your boy.
Yeah, you know, he's been my mentor. You know, my sensei, like, in the music scene, how the music scene works, how to get gigs.
Yeah.
You know who in the room is really like paying attention, like, in a room full of 100 people who's just there to drink and eat food. You know, who's really paying attention. So, you know, perform for them, and, you know, just the ins and out of the fundamental things that I needed to know entering the music scene and the music industry.
Yeah, because it's not easy. You think that, well, maybe I got to kiss ass to the owner, but it might not be the owner in some places. Sometimes it's the freaking door guy. Sometimes it's for freaking bartenders. You don't know who it is, but somebody's delegated to do that, and you gotta, and that guy knows he's the guy, and you gotta like not kiss ass, but pretty much kiss ass.
Right.
If there's like if that bar is always packed with bands and everybody wants to play there, you pretty much gotta, like, work your way in somehow.
Right. You know, you have to know, like, who the right person to impress.
Yeah.
You know, so what he told me is, when you're out there on stage, you know, whether it's an open mic or it's a jam session, you have to be, like, on your A game all the time, because most of the time, especially if it's a big establishment, the owners are very hands off.
Yeah.
They hire competent managers. They hire competent service and bartenders. They probably delegate out, you know, the whole booking thing.
Yep.
So, you know, he may not be there, but his booking agent, you know, may be there watching you. And
he trusts that guy 100%. They have meetings all the time, and he trusts him. And so what he says goes. It's like, that's just the way it is. It's always the way that's always the way it's been. How does it feel having all that, having your band, your songs go out, you're having to play, but I also see, like, especially the humbleness speaks to the humbleness of you, like, on your Instagram, it's not all about you. Like it's a bunch of other bands. You're producing all these. You're producing all these open mic nights over there too. So what's that like? Like having your material out there, enjoying what you love to do, but at the same time helping other musicians and putting them up.
It's inspiring to me. If I'm being honest with you, like the only like selfish thing that I get out of doing, hosting open mic and building that singer-songwriter open mic community in the South Bay is I get to be inspired and I get to experience and see and be exposed to what type of music other people are writing.
Nice.
And to me, like that helps me grow too, because if I have a folk singer-songwriter and he writes this one great bitchin' ass song, then I can be like, okay, what elements of that song do I like?
Yeah.
And what do I want to incorporate like in the next song that I'm writing?
Smart. So you're always learning. You're always watching and learning.
And to me, like it's always like the growth mindset. Like I'm always down to learn. And people are shocked, when they ask me, it's like, oh, but you're always like uplifting like all these guys in the open mic. You're your fellow singer songwriters, so you don't want to compete with them. And I tell them it's like no, because I want music or our music to be a uniting factor. Right. So if I wanted to keep on competing, then I would have stayed playing soccer.
You play sports.
Yeah.
Because sports is always competitive.
Yeah, but music is like it. I always have this notion, and I'm so thankful that my best friends and my family have the same ideals. That if I'm having a feast, everybody on that table is eating with me.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like music and food are like that. It brings people together. It's the one thing that brings people together.
Right.
There's really no. I mean, there can be, but they're really like. Say you give a crap about politics. I don't give a crap about that. The only way you can express yourself of like not taking sides. When I was playing music, I could play the guitar and the sound would come out, and it didn't matter. Those things didn't matter at that moment. And the same thing for food when you're eating.
And that's a harder concept, for people who aren't musicians to get, right? Case in point, I mentioned that I met Marcos at church, right?
Yeah.
So I have people who are at church with me, and they know that I'm a songwriter, and they know that I release music out there who is secular or non-secular. I mean, I don't know what the title is.
Well, you're not. If you're not playing gospel, you're playing secular music.
Yeah,
so you're playing in the world.
Yeah, I play like secular music, and I will get asked, it's like, why don't you venture into non-secular music? Because like they get to produce music too. I mean, they get to tour and they get to do all these wonderful things. I was like, yeah, that's true, but as they say, like you're already preaching to the choir. My goal is, it doesn't matter what religious background you have. You could be Muslim, you could be Buddhist, you could be Hindu, you could be Christian, Catholic, whatever. Yeah. Right? If you hear a Gericho song like "Take My Hand" or "Unofficial Boyfriend" or "The Look," if you guys are in our show, like y'all have one thing in common, and all those things that usually divide us, goes out the window for 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly. It's like the great Bob Marley said, music, when it hits, you feel no pain. Right? It's that famous line. Yeah. It's amazing. So it's a beautiful thing. Music and food do that. That's why I love having music and food on the show. Bringing people together on the thing of passion, on their passions. And it is such, I try to highlight how important it is what you guys do. Rappers that I've had on the show, hip hop artists, guitar players, songwriters, because there is a way that you're able to express certain ideas, and like Bob Marley said, when it hits, you feel no pain. You're not hurting anybody, and it's still bringing a message out there of peace and love and understanding, which is what reggae is all about, right? Reggae, like all that stuff like that. So it's awesome. That's why I love reggae music. It's chill. If you're having a bad day, you throw it on. You're chilling. You put on some Burns and Levy, you're freaking rocking, and you're chilling, rock steady. So that I didn't know that there was this whole South Bay sound. Like I didn't know, there's reggae here and there, but there's this whole South Bay sound, like you said.
Oh yeah,
that's strong.
It's they have their own like music scene over there. We have a lot of great songwriters over there too. But I feel like those songwriters, because of how the bar scene is, and that's how they make income from music, is unless like you have a following, you can't, or you're not encouraged to play your own stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. When I was playing, it was like that. Like they didn't, like we could play a jazz club on a Friday night and people love it, standing room only. Then on Saturday we could go play some bar and the people are just pissed because they're like they think it's a club. They want to be like, yeah, they're all drunk, wanting to get drunk. Mm-hmm. Freebird, play Freebird. Everybody's loaded. Like, can you just play it? And they don't want to hear originals. They want to party, get plastered, forget about their stress. And so if you're listening right now, you're probably, well, why couldn't they relieve their stress listening to your original reggae? They won't. They refuse because they've been hearing. They want to hear that 60s
It's something like familiar.
They want to hear something familiar, and they don't want to wait because they only party one night a week. They probably work really hard, so it's always been like that. We used to call it the burrito circuit. So we'd either play in like when we would play in Glendale or LA, it would be like the salsa circuit. But then once we got towards this side, the city, the inner cities, it's the burrito circuit. You play swap meets, you play parties, you play pop-ups, festivals, and it's all top 40, and you know that you're there to do that, and you just do the thing because you're trying to make extra buck, really. It's great. So I know how it is. I remember how it is. I did it for a lot of years.
It's soul numbing if you're a musician.
Oh, it'll drain you, just suck you down. Yeah,
but at least like I'm not a tribute band,
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
but no, keep it going, man. Keep it going. You have an amazing voice.
Thank you, sir.
I think what you have and what musicians have today, which I didn't have back then. I used to write songs, but nobody's going to hear them. Your songs, you could just put them on Spotify
easily,
boom, like everybody, all the rappers that I have on the show, they have YouTube channels, they have Spotify, we didn't have any of that back in the day. We had CDs we'd be passing out on the streets.
So like that's good and bad, right? Because the good about that is now we don't need record labels to actually release music.
Yes.
They spun that notion that we're dependent on record labels to be able to put music out there. Yeah. Right? Now we can do like independently on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, or if you pay like $20 a year for DistroKid, you could upload as many songs as you want, whatever quality it is, right?
Nice.
So it puts the creativeness and being able to distribute that, it gave us an advantage. But the caveat of that is
there's a bad part to it?
There is. Well, I don't know if you see this as a bad part, but I certainly do. But now like labels, it all boils down to money. Right? So now if you look at how streaming is earned.
How is streaming earned? How do you make money off Spotify?
It's so minuscule. Right? It's so minuscule, dude, that it's like earning nothing. You need to have, I think, like 3 million streams to get 30 cents or something.
Oh, so they give it to you first, like by the stream. So if you have 3 million, you get 30 cents. It's kind of like
so if
YouTube,
you're a singer-songwriter, like there's no way for you to make money like unless you blow up as a singer-songwriter.
Dang. So you gotta like explode, like have explode. What about the you mentioned the Driscoll Kid? Is that the one?
DistroKid?
You can charge on that for your songs, can't you?
DistroKid is the distribution platform where you pay like $20 a year and you could upload as much songs as you want, and then they distribute that to Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, and yeah.
I thought it was that one that the Chinaman came in here, the rapper Chinaman, and he showed me his thing on his computer, and I thought it was that one. He was like, yeah, you can charge, and he doesn't speak great English, but he was like, you could charge. He was showing me, so it's crazy.
I think that's Bandcamp.
Is it Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, crazy.
Bandcamp, it still runs like the old school in Apple iTunes.
Oh,
So-
he had people buying. I was like, how does he do that? That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So that's another way. That's crazy. Oh man, I want to listen to the song After All, but the acoustic. It's on acoustic. You have this acoustic show that you played at the Night Owl in Fullerton one day, and this song After All is the song I want to hear. So this gives you guys an idea of him playing at a club live, acoustic style.
Girl, I can't help myself. Can't think of nothing else. 'Cause all I wanna do is run home to you. Baby, when we touch, the feeling is too much. You got me on the high, like I could fly. Yeah.
Is this lady part of your band as well?
No.
Lupe Montiel, is that right?
Yeah, she used to be part of the first iteration of Jericho and the Guardians before the pandemic.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but we stay in touch, and we still. If I need to perform a duet, I call her and say, hey, like I have a performance, can you perform this duet with me? So
Nice. Heck yeah.
Just can't get enough of your love. Yeah, the power sent from above. And I don't know what I did to deserve you. No, no. Oh, you're all I'm asking for. Ain't no doubt that that's for sure. Got me on the high, like I could fly. Yeah, oh. My head is 10 feet off the ground. That's how I feel when you're around. So don't go and leave me here to fall. 'Cause you're the one I needed after all. I'm with you all the way. And girl, I'm here to stay. 'Cause there's no one in this world can do the things we do.
Nice. After All, the acoustic version right there at the Night Owl in Fullerton. Where's the Night Owl? I've never seen the Night Owl.
So the Night Owl is this cool little coffee house. It's right on. I don't remember like the cross street right now. I don't hang out in Fullerton a lot. So,
Oh, okay, good.
but it's right when you. It's right past the train tracks. The first when you get to DTF from the 91. If you the first block or the second block, once you enter like DTF, like on the corner, that's the Night Owl.
Oh, it's not like in like where Stubricks and all that is. It's before, way before. There's a little like grocery store market in there or something like that. I think maybe.
A block after that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Crazy. The Night Owl in Fullerton. Cool. But now you're playing mostly in South Bay. The band's name is Gericho. Where's the band name come from? Jericho. Where's that from?
Jericho is my middle name.
Your middle name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's my artist name because I work with kids and kids nowadays. Oh yeah, you're cool. Can I add you on Instagram? So I was like, if you can find me, sure.
Oh, okay.
If you're able to find me on Instagram and you're one of the students that I work with, you deserve to follow me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna follow you back.
Right.
Because I don't know what's going on in your life. I still got to keep that boundary. But if you go find me on Instagram and all my other social medias, except for Facebook.
Because for your clients, they know you as James Castillo. Like they don't know Gericho, so that's
yeah.
cool. It keeps it separate.
Yeah.
That's your AKA. Fantastic. That's your rap name.
Yeah. So
Crazy. So how are you doing with filling up all these pop-ups at these bars? You need some rap artists I can tell you about, or what?
we're open to it.
Cool. But it's mostly like jammers on. Like, is it mostly
Not necessarily. I think because of where we are, it does appear that way. But I'm trying to draw more R&B people, draw more like Latin people, draw more like reggaeton. Draw more
cool.
like something that's not yacht rock. You know what I mean?
yacht rock, like Richie rock or what?
I don't know how to explain it. Think of like people who sing I'll stop the world and melt with you.
That's a new wave, isn't it?
Yeah, or yeah, I call it like my dad's music.
Oh,
Right, so that's good because my music is pop, R&B, and hip hop.
Oh, okay.
So like that's all the music that's out there. It's like 80s like rock, like Josie's on a vacation far away, and that's big over there.
Oh, okay.
But to me, like my brand of music, like I'm trying to get more R&B artists out there, more
Nice.
hip hop artists out there, and I think we're doing a good job of doing that with our open mic, because our open mic has featured artists.
Cool. Yeah, so we
So-
got to get you hooked up with some of the rap artists that have been on the show.
Yeah.
Get them in there. That'd be sick. That'd be an awesome collaboration. All from the Race Plays Radio Show. Crazy. What's the next step for Gericho? You've got songs on here that when did these songs come out, these recent ones?
The most latest one I think is Queen Without a Crown, and that came out in February of this year,
Oh, okay, crazy.
if I'm not mistaken.
Fairly new stuff.
Yeah, I have some 2024 stuff on there. I also have some other stuff coming out towards the end of the year, and I'm gonna release some stuff early next year.
Crazy. Let's listen to Queen Without a Crown. This is the latest one from Gericho.
So does it say when it was released? I don't remember.
Is the right one?
Yeah, does it say when it was released? Because I don't remember.
Oh, it says 2024.
Okay.
This year.
She says something the best to ever come into her life, but her life's a
But for this one, we really tried to capture the New Orleans,
Oh, okay.
port session type of,
Walking bass a little bit. That's the jazz. And then the kind of band, is that a banjo that's playing?
it's ukulele.
Ukulele. Which is island. Island sound. Have you ever tried to hit up Disney? This would be like dope on some like Disney movie or something like that.
So I've heard people tell me that if Disney were to steal a song from me, like that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like my favorite songwriter ever is Neo, and in 2009 he curated the music for Princess and the Frog.
Oh, crazy.
So I kind of thought to myself, if I was gonna write like a Disney song, then
Yeah, you're a writer, so you can make some cash. You should major.
it's on my bucket list.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's crazy. So what's new? What's the latest for Gericho? What's the next step?
So the next step, with everything or just my own music.
Like just everything, like Gericho, not the business of like doing pop-ups at bars and stuff like that, but like our open mic nights, but like your actual for Gericho the brand.
So for Gericho the brand, I want to. Well, I have a single coming out on November 1st.
Oh, cool.
And I just recorded it, or the vocals, for like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm in the process of mixing it and mastering it for like the final time.
Is it the raw version on your phone right now?
It is not.
Oh, damn.
It is not. It's somewhere in my laptop, unfortunately.
Crazy.
If it was, I airdrop it right now. But yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
it's what
sick.
it's
We
gonna
can listen
sound
to it right now, exclusive.
right. So, but that's coming out in November 1st.
November 1st. What's it called?
I'm not sold on any titles on it yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but hopefully by Monday.
By Monday, you have the new song.
Yeah. So I'll have a title, and it's gonna be submitted for distribution on November 1st.
Nice.
And then I have a full album that I'm working on. It's been 7 years in the making. Going on 8.
A full album? Mm-hmm. Oh, crazy.
It's gonna be my 3rd full album.
So besides all these songs, totally different songs?
Some of the songs on the album are released already.
Oh, okay.
Like After All is released already. Waiting on the Corner is released already. Fighting for Us is released already. Queen Without a Crown it is released already.
Okay,
And now
so these songs. Yeah, because the thing is now that's how they're doing it. Is you guys are releasing them singles like they used to do back in the 50s, and then finally making a full album. So it's cool. I love that's awesome. I love the way I think it's great for the fans because they get to kind of piecemeal you out over the months and time while you're producing in the back, because before you'd like be like just working for years on an album and you're like I don't like it, but now they at least get a song here and there, and they get to have something. They
will get a song a month for the next, because my projected release date is middle of June 2025. It could be earlier. I mean, it could be like right at that time, maybe a few weeks like delayed, but that's the sweet spot for us. So over the next few months, like I plan to release a single, but just because like you feel like singles have been released like all this time and now it's June that you've heard everything in the album, nah, dude, because like there's more in the chamber. Because as I mentioned, I mean, I write every day.
Oh, so you might add more songs to the album at last minute that are not released? Oh, some B-roll, some B tracks.
So
nice, crazy.
There's I write every day, so like I have a lot of materials to pull from to say, okay, you think you've heard everything in the prior months when I've been releasing the singles? No, because if you don't listen to this album, then you don't get to hear the last 5 or 6 songs.
Oh, so you're not releasing them all. So you're holding some of them back.
Yeah.
Crazy. Cool, man. Awesome. This is Gericho, guys. Make sure you follow him on Spotify. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Make sure you get on that. Right there is his link for Spotify. Listen to Gericho on Spotify, iTunes, and all the different platforms he's out there. Guys, thank you so much for listening. This is the Race Flays Radio Show. We'll be back this week with more shows for you as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Juice Gang. Stay thirsty, my friends, and not dangerous. Have a great one.